Hey, what's up? Trucker Trader here. And where am I? Guymon, Oklahoma. This is just a little weekly update. I had a load that started out, it was $5,900 starting out in McAllen. Took that load to South Carolina, dropped that load off, picked up a load from South Carolina that came to Guymon, Oklahoma that paid $3,500. That finished the week out for me. And then now I'm in Guymon. I dropped my trailer. It's a drop and hook load, and this one pays 22.50 and it delivers tomorrow in El Paso. And I'm sitting here in a Walmart parking lot. Earlier I went shopping, got myself some stuff. I got some romaine lettuce, some baby food. I got myself some tomatoes, some DEF fluid. I like using the DEF fluid from Walmart to put in my truck rather than using the DEF fluid at the pumps. When I first got this truck, this is a 2021 Kenworth T680, and I took it to get its diesel and DEF. The very first thing I noticed was that the check engine light came on, and it had to do with the bad quality of DEF. And I find that the DEF from Walmart is a little bit cheaper. You can get it for about $8.88 for 2.5 gallons, whereas at the gas stations you're gonna get it for about, I mean, it ranges, but mostly it'd be like $4.79 a gallon. So I find that it's cheaper. Anyway, from Walmart, I got some apple cider vinegar. I got some lemon juice to put in my water. I got these things to last me for the next few weeks since I'm going to be over the road for the next month or so. I don't plan on going back home until about May 15th. And when I go home, I'm going to be moving from my apartment to a new apartment, which should be a nice experience. I'm gonna have to get a rental car because I still don't own a car. I've never owned a car. I've never aspired to own a car. Actually, this is my second vehicle. It's a Kenworth and semi truck, and the first one was a Peterbilt. And yeah, I paid the Peterbilt off. I got this one. It still has payments, so technically I don't own it, but I'm still running it. I got it with 395,000 miles for about $54,000, and it's been running pretty well for the last 2 years. I put some good miles on it. Right now we're at 583,000 miles. So I run a lot. I work a lot, and that's just because I love trucking. I just I just love being out here in different places and seeing different. I love seeing different places and the kind of people that inhabit those places and how the environment how the environment changes from one place to the other. I love seeing it. It's good stuff. But right now I'm waiting for a call from the shipper, and they're gonna tell me to come pick up my trailer, and then I'm gonna pretty much be driving all night long. Lately, I've just been trying to figure out, I mean, probably as everybody else, how to make more money. I had a pretty good week a couple weeks ago. That was a $10,000 trucking week. That was my first $10,000 trucking week, and that was net. Gross was like $16,100, which was absolutely nuts. The last time I had a paycheck close to that was in 2022, 2021, 2022, during the freight boom that we had then. Since then, it's been a freight recession. Times have been tough out here on the road. But I see a lot of truck drivers online who like to complain and talk about how bad things are for them and whatnot. And, they're probably just people seeking help and whatnot. I'm not passing any judgment on them. I wouldn't do it though. Coming online to complain, I wouldn't do that. I don't think complaining solves it, any problems. Solutions solve problems, if you ask me, but not complaints. Right now, I'm staring off into the distance. It's just nothing but fields out here in Oklahoma. Birds flying, sun setting. It's pretty nice. So yeah, just killing time. I got kind of bored of watching videos online. I got bored of watching posts, scrolling through posts on X, seeing people post on Facebook. I'm kind of lately just internally going deeper within myself because all I do is consume, consume, and consume. I want to be less of a consumer and more of a producer. So figuring out what to produce, how to produce it, how to market the the product, and how to sell it. That's pretty much my interest right now because I think that would lead to me making more money. How to bring value to people, how to bring value to customers and whatnot. All in all, though, it's a pretty nice, calm evening. No problems. Actually, with my truck, I've been having a couple of problems with my truck, and the check engine light will come on, it'll go out. The mechanic wrench will come on, it'll go out. It'll drive me crazy. It gives me headaches. And what I did was I got myself an OTR performance tool, which is a diagnostics tool that hooks up to the diagnostics port in the truck where your ELD hooks up to. And then I use my phone to see the live data and to see the codes. And it has brought me such relief knowing that these codes are mostly just ghost codes because the truck, it runs fine. The truck runs fine. I'm getting about 7.5 miles per gallon on loaded miles with about 40,000 to 42,000 pounds. And empty, oh my goodness, empty, I'm getting like 10 miles per gallon. And bobtail, it's like 12 miles per gallon. So it's 10 miles per gallon empty with a trailer, 12 miles per gallon bobtail. So it's nice. The truck's been treating me well. I'm happy with my purchase. I purchased it in 2024, October of 2024. So today I was at a delivery today. Actually, here's a cool story. I was at a delivery today, and I pull up. I go check in. I go to the first door. I ring the doorbell. Nobody answered. I go to the second door. Ring the doorbell. Nobody answered. I go to the third door. Actually, there's four doors. I went to four doors because this is my first time delivering at this. It was a pet food facility where I guess they created pet food. And the smell of pet food being produced it was pretty good. It smelled pretty good, honestly. It's like that gasoline smell. Some people, well, I wouldn't equate it to gasoline, but I'm saying, metaphorically speaking, it's like people who like the smell of gas. This is in a different way, almost like that. But anyway, I go to the fourth door and cha-ching, success. I find somebody, I give them the paperwork. They tell me to back up to the door. So we're good. We're getting backed up to the door. I back up to the door. I shut the truck off. I go to the sleeper berth, lay down because I'm thinking it's going to take a while. And then I hear a knock on the door. And it's a lady, and she's telling me that the ramp is stuck, so I need to pull up. Okay, so I start the truck up. I pull up. She's apologizing for whatever reason. I don't understand people who apologize. They're like, sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Can you please pull up? It's like, yes, I get it, but that's over polite. That's toxic politeness, I believe. There's no reason to be apologizing that many times. Sorry. Anyway, so I do it. She gives me the thumbs up. She goes back inside. I think nothing of it. I turn the truck off again. I get into the sleeper berth again. I lay down. And I don't know, like 5 minutes later, I hear another knock on the door. It's another knock. I'm like, what the heck? I get up, and it's this time it's a man. And I open the door, and he tells me that the dock plate still it needs to be. I need to back up some more. Okay, so I'm like, all right. So I turn the truck on and I look away, and he goes, "Do we have a problem?" Now, what to me, I instantly think like, "Do we have a problem?" And I just answered the question point blank. I'm like, "Yeah, we have a problem. The dock door is the problem." And first of all, there's no reason to even ask that question. I don't believe there was a reason to ask that question. And I'm just answering the question simply. I'm not answering it with any sort of tone, attitude, or anything like that. And I instantly get an attitude directed back towards me. And the attitude was that of an authoritative figure, somebody telling me what to do. Now, me, I'm an outside carrier, right? I contract freight through a dispatcher who books the freight through various brokers. So, my boss is me. I'm pretty much my own boss, owner, operator, and whatnot. I lease onto a carrier because I find that to be easier. But I'm just thinking to myself, like, who are you to tell me what to do? Because he said to me, just do your job. And I just snap. I snap. And I'm like, listen here, mother. I'm like, you know what? I'm like, don't talk to me like that. And this guy grabs my door and then slams it on me and storms off. He storms off because he's like, we're not going to unload you. And I'm thinking to myself, like, oh, okay. Here we are dealing with some nonsense. That's how my day started, dealing with some nonsense. And anyway, I feel them rumbling around in the back, so I'm like, all right, they're unloading me. It would be foolish not to unload me. I have your product. Why would you not unload me? Anyway, so another guy comes out with another guy. So this time it's two different guys, their manager. He comes out and he's like, hey, what's the problem? And I'm like, obviously there is no problem. Okay. The guy got upset because for me, I felt like I stood up for myself. I'm not going to be talked down to by anybody, especially somebody that I don't know, somebody that has no command over, you know, the role that I play. He said, do my job. I did my job. I picked up the load, I transported it, and I delivered it. Now do your job, unload it. That's what that's what I'm thinking now, but I wasn't thinking then. Honestly, I had no thoughts running through my mind. I had no attitude. I was just simply answering questions because it is a question being asked, and for me it's so simple that it's a question being answered. And I tell you, I find that I come across these types of people where for whatever reason, maybe he's having a bad day or whatnot, but to try to take it out on me, I am not a punching bag. My grandmother, God rest her soul, she at a young age taught me to stand up for myself. So I speak up instantly. If somebody does something by me that I find to be wrongful, then I'm going to speak up about it and say something instantly. I'm going to clear the air. A lot of people don't like that. I understand, I don't like it either when people do it. But the last thing you want to do is escalate the situation. And I find that by not only slamming the door on me, but also probably going inside and making up some nonsense so that his boss or his manager comes out and he starts to talk to me, and our conversation is short as well because he asked me just a simple question: is there a problem? I say no. Like, honestly, what's the problem? I don't know the problem. And I tell him about the situation, and as I'm talking to him, he goes, have a nice day, and walks away. Maybe I'm not really like telling the story exactly how it is, but I tell you what, I am not an instigator. Okay, I'm not here for problems. I'm not here to cause problems. I care. Okay, it's not like I get an attitude where it's like I get angry and blow my lid or lose my cool or heat up or anything like that. I've worked on my emotions over the years, and I'm pretty well in control of my years. But there is a button, or there are buttons where, or there is so far that you can push to where you're going to get pushed back. I had this incident where when I first moved, I was born and raised in Florida, so I moved up to Maryland after about 12 years of living in Florida. And I remember when I went to, I think it was like fourth grade, yeah. Fourth grade, I'm in class, okay, and there's a bully in class trying to bully me, but he doesn't understand that I've already been through this, and I push back, and then the bully ends up, I wouldn't say getting bullied, but understanding that I'm not an easy target. And I think that people look at me, and they probably, for whatever reason, try to test me or whatnot. And I'm not, like I said, I'm not looking to escalate situations, but I'm not gonna take from anybody. I'm not gonna be around for it. And honestly, I'll dismiss myself from anything that starts to escalate, because I don't have time for that. In this world, I'm here to be a productive citizen, be a producer, somebody that brings value. And this is all I'm trying to do. I'm trying to live life, which I'm successfully doing. I'm trying to bring value, which I'm successfully doing. I'm trying to be responsible, which I'm successfully doing. I'm trying to be respectful, which I'm successfully doing, et cetera, et cetera. So, having these situations is a good moment of reflection for me to go back later on in the day and see if there's anything that I can work on. Because one thing I can't do is control how others react to me, but I can control how I react to others. So, when it comes to this sort of interaction, I think that engaging with someone who asks me such a nonsense, I find the question to be nonsense. Honestly, I find that employees should only speak uh, of scripts, off scripts, or have scripts, because bringing emotions or emotional verbiage into communication, especially when you don't know the person, I believe that is a recipe for disaster. So I kind of keep the language short and sweet. And this guy, I believe he was foreign, if that matters. I don't know. Maybe he's from a different culture, if that matters. It doesn't really matter to me. I work with all people, all walks of life. And I go along to get along. I'm just here to do my job, man. I want to do my job, make some money, and go home and be with my wife at home in the comfort of my home and do things that make me happy. Hobbies, sightseeing, vacations, etc., and stuff like that. So, yeah, there's really no more to say about that, but I have, through trucking over the years, become a good problem solver. I remember when I first came into trucking, year one, I had such road rage, because I used to get upset with people over the road and how they drove. And I worked on that year one. You can't have road rage. If you're a truck driver, you can't have road rage. You have to get over that quickly. Road rage, it causes bigger problems. And who wants to deal with that? I don't. So I got over that quickly, worked on my vocabulary by listening to vocabulary videos as I'm driving down the road, worked on my emotional maturity. That's just through trial and error, honestly. You have to piss enough people off to know that, really what it is and what is it worth at the end of the day. It's not really worth anything. I'm a man that makes it through life unscathed, like from others. Like, basically, I make it through life. I it's kind of like a child, uh, unheard, unseen, like out of sight, out of mind, kind of like that. Children are to be seen, not heard. At least that's what I was told when I was a child. Maybe it's right, maybe it's not right. I don't know. Uh, but yeah, just sharing, what's off the top of my head. And It's been a pretty good day so far. Oh, this broker that I'm working with, you guys, I'm telling you, this broker that I'm working with, constant calling. I don't know if you're familiar with TQL, but TQL, they will constantly call you and check and update and et cetera, et cetera. So I was in the sleeper berth. I told them I was going into the sleeper berth. I told them that I needed to get rest because this is going to be a graveyard shift. I'm going to have to drive 500 miles from Guymon, Oklahoma, down to El Paso, and I'm going to have to do it from about the hours of 10 p.m. to 6 a.m. That gets me there. I'm gonna have to do it pretty much straight. So I need all the rest I can get. Well, these folks texted me 6 times and called me 4 times, and then reached out to my after hours manager and dispatch to try to get in contact with me because at a certain point I blocked their number, and I only got about 4 or 5 hours of sleep. Maybe I'm being generous with that. I don't know. I honestly know that I have been awake for about 4 or 5 hours. I dropped the load. I dropped the trailer off. I dropped the load off at that was 7 a.m. and then I dropped the trailer off at about 10 a.m. to get loaded. And so I've been sitting here pretty much all day long. And this is this is trucking. You know, this is the trucking world. It's for me, it's good pay. It's the most money I've ever made. Before this, I was just living my dreams, trying to chase my dreams and couch surf and work hard on my dreams, and honestly the dream of being a professional BMX rider. I have one tattoo, it says BMX, and that was pretty much my dream. And I got really close. I mean, I did it, but I was trying to do it at like a superstar level where, you know, my peers, what they were doing. I was trying to be better. And honestly, I got hurt, and that's where trucking came in. I had to find something else to do. And trucking, it has its ups and downs, but the money is good. If you are thinking about becoming a truck driver, a CDL truck driver, a Class A CDL holder, have it as a backup plan or use it as a full-time job, owner operator status, I tell you, it's worth it. If you don't know where else to go in life, it's worth it. This will get you out here in the world, in the United States of America. It'll allow you to see this great country, and it'll allow you to see and explore, and it'll open your mind up. It's honestly, there's a lot to offer out here. So for me, it has been a true blessing, and I've been trucking since 2018. So I've been out here for a minute, and I basically live in this truck. I came out on the road a couple of weeks ago, and I'm going to stay out, like I said, till May 15th. So I'm just making videos along the way, and I'm sharing what I can along the way. But at the end of the day, I'm out here to do a job. I'm not out here to create content. Uh, First and foremost, I got to do what pays the bills, and content creation doesn't pay the bills, but it is fun. It is fun sharing my experience with others. And I hope, you know, with this video, you find something out of it that is valuable. Maybe just me sharing my mind and talking to you as you drive down the road. If you're a trucker listening to this, or if you're just a random person listening to this, I'm just opening up and letting out. And it's kind of like a therapy, but honestly, I need that feedback. It's kind of weird, honestly, talking, but as you can see, it is getting dark. It's getting darker. And I'm going to cut this video here shortly. But trucker trader, the trader part, I am not trading as much right now because I am cleaning up some debt. I have aspirations to, you know, build my business, and over the years I have been focused on trading, and trading is a lucrative, it's a lucrative pathway to take. But doing the trucking and trading, sometimes it gets too much, especially when the two collide. So I choose trucking over trading, and that's why I haven't been posting any trading videos lately. But I think coming up here shortly, I'm going to do a $500 account challenge where I deposit $500 into my account. Last time I did a $3,000 account challenge and grew that $3,000 to $6,000 over a period of 10 trading sessions. So that was 2 weeks, 10 business days. And this time I want to see what I can do with $500 in a period of 10 days as well. See if I could double that as well. And eventually what I hope to do is be able to build up enough capital to be able to manage and trade from home and manage my trucking business as well. Get a couple of trucks, few trucks here and there. Just getting better at everything that I put my mind to, honestly. At the end of the day, I just want to get better at the things that I love. So, trucker trader, sharing is mine. Hopefully, like I said, you find some value, and I will do my best to make another one of these videos when I feel like it. But anyway, take care. Let me know what you think about this video. If you want, leave some comments or whatnot. I'm just looking to build a community here and make some new friends, or serve the community. You know, hopefully I could come up with some products for you guys to consume. There ain't nothing wrong with being a consumer. Like, you know, I'm not trying to put any bad rap on anything. I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm just here to live life and coexist peacefully with people. And I do have opinions like everybody else, but you know, if you were to judge my opinions, they may be wrong, but I'm not here to judge anybody's opinions. And just, I do have morals and whatnot. Not to digress. Anyway, let me just go ahead and end this video. I can start making another video next time about more deeper topics, but right now, this is, I say this is enough. It's 26 minutes long. So, Trucker Trader out.